Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Brenda Joe, and for today's day 4 of Glamas, I am going to be doing this makeup look on my best friend Vanessa. This is the before, and then this is how the look turned out. If you guys are interested in watching how I did this look, then please continue to watch. Getting straight into the tutorial, I am prepping her skin by using my Bioderma micellar water to clean her skin because she literally just came from getting a fresh haircut. And then I go into my Morphe continuous setting mist so that way her face is hydrated. And for primer, I am using the Fenty primer on her face. Since I've done her makeup so many times, I already know what product is going to work with her, so that's why I chose the Fenty primer. And plus she was going to the airport, so I chose to do the instant matte because she was going to keep it on. I did it at night, and then she was going to keep it on for the next day until once she got off the plane, but she ended up keeping it on the whole night. So right now I am brushing up her eyebrows, and then I start filling them in. I don't have to do much to her eyebrows because she got them microbladed years ago. I'll probably say like a year or two ago, and they still look good. So I'm just filling it in just a little bit, and then I go into concealer to clean it up. So that way, in case I did the eyebrows like crazy like how I usually do them, I can make it come out even. And I am actually using her products as far as like foundation and concealer, just because at this time I did not have any foundations or concealer. So I told her to bring what she used because I already had powders, but I didn't have any foundations or concealers. Now I am taking a buffing brush to blend out the concealer and make sure everything is even. Now I am going to spot correct the areas where she has a little more darker spots from blemishes and any scars that she has on her face, which I've known her since high school, and I didn't realize she had a scar somewhere around her cheek area, and I was just like, girl, when was this here? It's been there forever. I applied eyeshadow shields just in case there was any fallout. I didn't want it to fall on her face since I already did prime it, and I'm going into a much more lighter concealer for her eyelids, just so that way it's even. I wasn't doing any crazy colors, so I didn't need it to be that bright. I am using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I think it's called Divine Neutrals. I took the lightest shade that was in the palette to set her eyes, and then I started off with a medium tone brown to apply in her crease, and I blended it out until it came out smooth. Now I am going in with like a medium dark color, just a little bit darker than what I first used, onto her outer eye and blending it out and building up that color. Once I build up the color, I took my NYX glitter glue primer and I applied it on the area where I was going to apply my loose pigment, which is a rose gold color that I have from NYX, and it came out so beautiful. But I was actually trying to go for a soft glam look, and I thought it would come out a little more natural, but it came out like straight full glam because I knew she was going to the airport, but I didn't think it was going to come out so popping the way it did. And I did love the color and how it came out because y'all, this was everything, okay? Now I'm taking an even deeper brown eyeshadow to apply where the rose gold stopped and where the other color was, and then I blend it out just so that way there was no harsh line of demarcation. For liner, I just used my Inglot liner, gel liner. I didn't want to do a wing because it would just be too much, and it was pretty late and I just didn't feel like doing one. So I blended out the edges of the liner with another small detailed brush. And then once I blended it out, I did apply her lashes, which for this look, because the shimmer stood out so much, you really didn't get to see it, but she usually prefers lashes like this anyway. You saw it better in person than in the video, but it still did something. It did what it needed to do. Right now, I am going into her foundation, which she brought me she didn't bring me, but she brought the Lancôme Teint Idole foundation, which is her everyday foundation that she wears. And then I know for concealer, she uses the Tarte Shape Tape. She loves the coverage and how it just looks nice on her, like for her skin tone. So once I finished blending out the foundation, I did blend out her contour, and I also blended out her highlighted areas of the concealer. If your concealer ever dries down too quickly, just take your setting spray before you blend it out, so that way it is much more easier. It just gives it a nice tacky layer, so it's more blendable. And right after I finished blending out her concealer, I did go into setting her face with a translucent powder. I just wanted those areas to not crack, and since, like I said, she was going to the airport, I wanted it to last a little bit longer, so I used the translucent powder. And then I set her face, like the rest of her face, with the MAC pressed powder foundation. I think it was the pressed powder foundation, just in the areas where I did not apply the translucent powder. For bronzer, I went into the Morphe 8T palette. I think it's tan or medium, to bronze her up and add a little more dimension into her face. And then I went into baking her under eye with the, I believe I used Fenty to bake under her eyes, just because the tone that I had went with her. And then I contoured her nose, of course, with the Morphe palette that I have. And then once I finish doing that, you can see that she's in love with it so far. I went into applying blush on her cheeks just to add a little more flush of color. I'm going in with the brush that I use for her foundation to press the powder in where I had the powder baking, so that way it settles into her skin and looks pretty smooth. And then once I finish doing that, I take my One Size Beauty setting spray to spray her face, as well as the Morphe continuous setting spray. Y'all, she is really loving the look, and I'm not even done yet. I don't remember what highlighter I used, but I am highlighting her cheekbones, her nose, Cupid's bow, and her chin. I'm pretty sure I didn't use the Morphe palette though, just because I did not like the shades that were in it. And I started lining her lips, and I did not realize that I was covering the camera the whole time. But I am using the NYX lip liner in Urban Cafe. I love this lip liner on her. It looks so amazing. It just made the look pop. Okay, it made her lips pop. And then once I line her lips, I am going in with the NARS liquid lipstick, just because it was the tone that I wanted, and it actually came out really, really, really good. If you ever mess up on liner, just take the concealer or the foundation and clean it up, which is what you see me doing here. Let's see. Oh, I ain't even do mascara.
Girl.
I like it.
I love it. Yes, it's beautiful.
I'm glad you like it. Girl, you just beaming, girl.
You made me be.
Purr. I love that she loved this look, and if you also loved it, definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.